Welcome once again. Let's take R a little bit further. So I'm going to create a new script, R script. Okay. So I'm going to put some codes in here, which I've copied earlier. I want to take you further into R and how we can use variables. Remember in the last video, we were able to create values that were saved with some names and we call them variables. And those variables are things that we can access from our environment and we can use them again. Although we did not use them in any other operation or syntax, we are going to do that right now. So don't forget, always save your script. Okay, R for the step. Okay, so let's make that simple. Okay, so now I'm creating a new variable now, which is going to be X. That is what is on line 4. So, and another one, Y, which is going to be on line 5. So I'm assigning to these variables, keeping a value that's 10 into X. So that value is 10. Then while Y is going to keep 20 for me as the value inside of Y. So if I run this line of code, remember, control enter, okay? Or you click the run button. So now if you look at my environment, I have the two variables here with the values 10 and 20 in each one respectively. So now for these two variables, I can use them in an arithmetic operation using some operators. So I'm using the operator plus to do an addition operation. So I'm going to call X and Y variables. So I'm adding the two together. So if I select these two like this, or maybe I just type here, X plus, okay, sorry, plus Y. And I have my cursor on line 7 and I click the buttons, control enter. You see, I get the value 30. So invariably, what I'm doing on line 9 is that the result of this addition, adding X and Y together, would be saved inside the variable Z. So let's go ahead and run that. Control enter. Okay. So now if I want to look at what I have in Z, so Z, I have the name typed out now. So I'm going to execute that. Just call that name and I'll get the value. So if you look at my console now, I have the value 30 there. That means the result of this operation has been saved inside the variable named Z. So that is just that. Another arithmetic operation that I can do is that I can look at the equality between X and Y. Are they equal? The values inside of X and Y, are they equal? So the same thing goes, I can select this, push it before line, this line where I'm checking for the equality. So if I run this, click on the run button this time around, then I'll get false because 10 is not equal to Y. And the only way we can check that is by using two double equal signs, not one, two double equal signs. That is going to check for the equality. And that is a Boolean operation. A Boolean operation is this. So this is one of the examples here. So let me add the comment. So when you're looking at that, later, you can remember what we did there. So this is a Boolean operation. We're checking for equality. So, okay, let me add that here. Okay, checking for equality. Okay, so that is that. So this is going to return false. We want to keep that false inside of the variable name is equal. Okay, so if I run this equal should give me false, should return false to me when I call the name and I run it. Control enter. So I get false here. So the same thing goes for the syntax on line 18. So whatever should be inside of is greater should be what? False, I suppose. So that's false because 10 is less than y, not greater than it. So another thing is that we can combine variables and operators to produce a result, just like what we did. So we are now putting the BODMAS of syntax or rule. We'll want to add x and y first, then we multiply by 2. So that is going to be the what we have in results. And always remember, whatever operation we do and we have them as variables, we'll always have them in the environment. Okay, so I'm collapsing this thing by using the buttons here. Okay, so I can drop that down and see more of the environment. So the result now has 60 because the addition of x and y is going to give us 30. Now if we multiply by 2, we get 60. Okay, so another operation that we can do is this. We're going to look at functions, R functions. There are some basic functions that comes with the base R application. So one of them is the sum. We have so many. We have the mean, we can have the minimum, checking that's the function for checking the minimum. We have the max, okay? We have how many, whatever. We can print a value and so on and so forth. So many functions are there. Okay, so one of the functions is the sum. So what we want to do is that we want to add together X, Y, and Z. So if you remember, let's look at our environment. X is still 10, Y is still 20, and Z is 30. One thing I want to bring to your attention is this. You can change anything that is called a variable varies. Okay, the values in the variable varies. You can change those values. So in this instance, let me change X to be 15. So if I click a control enter, if you look at my environment, I have this. So it's going to be 15 now. So we'll get to do the sum, the addition of all these values, and we'll get the result saved in total. So that is 65 instead of 60. Okay. So that is that. So finally, what we want to look at in this video is we have something we call packages. R has some packages that have been created by some wonderful professionals and academics in the R community where they have functions that are packaged together, like the back package. They come together as in front of a kind of a package. Yeah, that's the name. So many functions can belong to a package and you can have access to those functions only if you install those packages. They're different from those functions that comes with base R. Base R has those functions and also some packages as well. But there are some packages that custom packages that have been out there free to use that you can always install. So to install any package, there are different ways. So you can use the function install, which comes from the Bazel package and Bazel application. This is it. So all you just need to do is just type install and go for the first option, install.packages. So you put double quotes or single quotes inside of the bracket. That's the argument. Now, if you know the name of the package, all you just need to do is give the name. So let me give an instance of dplyr is the package for data manipulation stuff. So we can do this. And now I have the name there. I can now go ahead and press Control Enter, and it's going to install it for me. So while that is installing, we can also install other packages. You can install as many packages as you want. So, but I'll take you, that's good. It's done. It's installed now. So I can also install the ggplot2 package. So that's going to be fast as well. So this is by writing the code, but you can also come into the pane here. That's the file pane. You get to see a button there, a tab. So click on the packages tab, click on install, then you get a pop-up window that is showcased here. If you know the name of the package you're looking for, in this system, I can say tidyr. So this I'll push in there. If I have more than that, I can decide to put in another package. Which other package? Okay, now let's use stringer. Okay, this is another wonderful package. So just leave a space or you separate by comma. So this can install two packages for me now. So this is going to go ahead and you can see the syntax. So I can always copy the syntax and this is going to be different because we are going to use the combine function to install more than one package. So this is this. So I'm going to comment this out by selecting all this line of code from 35 to 37. Press down your control key, that's the shortcut, Shift Control C, and you'll be able to comment out all this code, line of code. So it's not going to be executed again because once you've installed a package, you don't need to repeat that again. So now you've installed the package, yeah, and your project repo or project file already understand that you have installed it. But you cannot use those packages except you bring them to the environment, you load them, load the packages. So there's functions that comes with the dplyr package like select. Okay, I can see that here. All these are not related to what I'm doing. Okay, like the function that I'm looking for. So that is because I've not loaded this package dplyr. So the only way I can use it is this. I'll type in the function library, bring the name of my package. You can see there's a pop-up now that's showing me that name because my project is already having that information that I've installed the package. Now I'm calling the name of the package because I want to execute a function that is going to help me load all the functions inside that package into my session in my environment. So I'm going to run this and also let's load that of the ggplot2 as well. So if you look at my console, it's telling you now, it's attached the dplyr package to my current session. So the following objects are marked by this. All these are just information for your information, just like that. So it's not going to have any effect on you, but the only way you can deal with this information is that whenever you want to use those functions that comes with those packages, dplyr, okay? Now, to access the function in the package, all you have to do is that the name first, the name of the package, double colon, then you have access to all the functions. All these are functions. All these are functions. And sometimes you have objects that's data. These are data. If you see a square, like a sheet icon, before the name of any object inside the package, it's a data object. So it's not a function. So these are three functions in data. And then next we have functions and so forth. So that is that. So then I can go for the function that I was actually trying to access. So that is the select function. So we're not going to use it now, but that is just the way you can deal with packages in R. So I'll stop here and summarily, we've been able to look at how we can take advantage of our variables, use them in operations like the arithmetic operations. We've dealt with Boolean operators. Then we've also looked at combining variables and operators to produce a result that can be saved as an object, a variable. Also, we look at basic R functions. Then we also look at custom packages that have been created that we can install into our project and also access it by loading the package. So this is the end of this video. Thank you and look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.